Lightsabers? Good question, Tim. Okay, we need some rules, I responded as I realized that my LibertyCon mug was completely empty of whatever it was I was drinking at the time. Hey, it was a con. I'd been talking all day. I was thirsty. Already established, no reinforcements for 3 days. We'll say that is our level of space travel. It is modern, assuming we still had a space program worth its weight in anything. Also, we can allow for better spacesuits. We've been on the moon long enough to build a fort there, so our suits and buggies and similar infrastructure should be better than we have now, but only in a we've built more of them so they fit better and work better way, and not in a we invented unobtainium and impervium kind of way. Bullets, missiles, bombs, and no ray guns other than laser systems we already have. But we can allow them to be half the size and twice the power output, maybe. No new energy sources. How's that? For the most part, they all agreed. I could tell Tim wanted more details on the weapons, but before I could get more out, John jumped in doing the two-gun mojo. "I want claymores," he said. "Before we were attacked, we put them all around the facility, creating a perimeter of death." I thought about that for a second. Do you have any established satellites for recon, comms, GPS, etc. in orbit around the moon? I would think we would if we had established a base there already, Chuck added. Great! Then the first thing I plan to do is set off every single one of those mines as soon as I can. With no atmosphere on the moon to slow the shrapnel down, you're going to be launching small chunks into orbit. That should do wonders for knocking out your eyes and ears in orbit above. I smiled triumphantly. No atmosphere and less gravity certainly changes how we think about this. Tim was contemplating his first move. Recoil might be an issue also. We need a list of weapons that would be safe to use in the lunar environment. What is our building made of? Ringo asked. I mean, is it a tin can or a rock? Let's say it has been there a year or two and it was made using lunar materials fashioned into something like concrete. You could do sandbags or, I guess, lunar regolith bags, I answered. Okay, rock and sandbags. John seemed to be okay with that. Military forts have been made out of that stuff for millennia, so this isn't anything new to worry about. The panel went on like this for almost an hour, and when it was done, neither team had held or captured a damned thing. We were still arguing about the things we had and or could use. I pointed out to the group that this would make a great idea for an anthology, where we set up the rules of the engagement and then we each wrote our own version of the battle just to study where this would take us. We all got excited about it. Think about it. Not only would it be a fun story, but this is Pentagon simulation and DARPA think tank kind of stuff. It would be cool. So I immediately chased down Toni Weisskopf, God Empress of Baen Books, and told her of the idea. She agreed that it sounded fun. But, Toni, I'd like to have the experts in military SF that we could get anyway on this anthology. Who would that be? I mean, David Drake and David Weber are likely to be contracted up and busy. I'd like to get Mike Williamson, perhaps. Mad Mike would be good, she said, but this isn't really the Davids thing. I think with the addition of Mike, you four are really the nuts and bolts science fiction military experts in the business. Ah, shucks, ma'am. I didn't really say that, but I thought it. What I did say was, okay then, the five of us do a 20,000-word short story of our own take on Battle Luna. Ringo came up with the name. What do you think? Who's going to write up the rules? She asked. Well, Tim had some ideas. Great, Tim it is. You write up an intro and Tim writes up the rules. Then each of you write up a version of the battle. Then you edit it, and we've got ourselves a book, she said. So, here it is, Battle Luna. But, alas, along the way I somehow managed to let Ringo and Gannon slip out of the herd of space bugs, rancors, porcelain god kings, and crabpuss. Chuck was too...